Hey everybody, this is Ryan Mallory, and we're going to talk about Tesla and the 3-day pullback we have seen in the stock this week that has resulted in a 19% pullback. Now, a lot of you guys have thrown risk to the wind and said, I'm going to buy no matter what. And you guys thought that once it did the split that everybody was going to be coming in to buy the stock because they were doing a 5-to-1 split from over $2,200 a share all the way down to around $450 where it opened the week at. Well, guess what? That's not been the case. Yes, Monday it saw a huge surge, took the whole market higher along with Apple, but since then it has been selling off. And so it went all the way up to $502 a share. Now it's sitting at $407 a share, and it has the potential to go under $400 a share. So what do? Do you go ahead and bail out on your position? But here's the thing. A lot of you guys, when I've done some of these Tesla videos in the past, you've been saying, Ryan, you don't know what you're talking about. Tesla's not just a car company, it's an autonomous energy source whose powers is equal to the Infinity Stones wielded by Thanos himself. And that's not the case. Instead, once it got up to $500 a share, Tesla did another stock offering of $5 billion. What does that tell you? They need the cash flow. And I'm not here just trying to hate on Tesla. I own a Tesla. I love Tesla. It's the best car that I've ever driven. However, my bias towards liking a company and what I see on the charts are two different things. In the end, the Tesla stock is a chart to me. And I'm going to diagnose the chart, I'm going to do the technical analysis on the chart, and I'm going to look for the edge based off of what the chart's telling me. Otherwise, I'm falling in love with the stock, and I'm letting my emotions guide me rather than the technical analysis. Now again, I've done a lot of videos on Tesla, and I've been trying to warn you guys about the risks that are involved in this stock. That yes, it can pull back. That it's not just going straight to infinity, and it's not going right back up to $2,000 a share. When they gave you 4 additional shares, they also reduced the value of each one of those shares by an equal amount. And some people don't realize this, so it needs to be addressed. The number of shares outstanding multiplied by the share price represents the company's value. If it's going right back up to $2,000, then you're assuming that it's a $2 trillion company and one other company has ever been able to do that before. That's Apple. So we really need to cool it down a little bit. Yes, they're a game changer of a company. There's a lot more electric cars coming on to the scene, but a lot of you guys are saying too, and you're misleading a lot of people when you say this, buy now, you're not going to regret it in 10 years. Well, that's saying that you don't need to worry about the entry price. But guess what? If you've got 10 years before you need to sell the stock or 20 years to sell the stock, it's all the more reason to be patient because you got time on your side. Just this week, if you bought it at $500, you missed out on an opportunity to get it below $400. And what difference does that make in the long term? Well, if you get in at $500 and it does in fact go to $2,000 a share over the next 10 years, then you've made 300% on your trade. But if you show a little bit of patience, and by patience, over a 10-year period, I'm really just talking about 3 days. You could get in at $400 a share, and if it goes up to $2,000 a share, then you've made 400% on your investment. What do you want more? Wait 3 days, make more money down the road? Or are you just going to buy into the hype that everybody's shoveling at you? Don't do that. When everybody's getting crazy, when everybody's getting caught up in the fear of missing out, you be the person that takes a step back and say, hey, are we getting ahead of ourselves here? Do I really have to buy this stock? And let's say I don't get the chance to buy the stock. Will there be other stocks to buy in the future that will be able to provide me with a great return? Yes, there's always great stocks that come along that give you the opportunity to make a lot of money off of them. It's always happened. There's always going to be the opportunity to be able to make a really good trade. But the difference is that you got to show the patience. Because whether it's trading or whether it's investing, your success is going to come down to not just one investment, not to 2 investments, but it's going to come down to you having a history of making really good trades and investments. And if you do that, you manage the risk along the way, then you're going to be great. The profits will take care of themselves. So there's an old saying on Wall Street about how the stock market takes the stairs up and then it takes the elevator down. However, we haven't really been taking the stairs up lately. We've been taking the elevator down. So now it's more like, in the case of Tesla, it's like a free fall down. It's not taking the elevator down. It's an absolute free fall. Look, Tesla's going to bounce at some point. It may bounce tomorrow or it may bounce next week. But for now, we need to look at the charts. We're going to look at the daily, we're going to look at the weekly, we're going to look at the monthly, and we're going to diagnose each one of these time frames to see where is the risk at, where's the opportunities lie, and what should we be patient for as we look to try to ride Tesla higher. As you remember in a previous video, you got to just let it wait for this descending triangle pattern to see whether it wants to hold or not. If it can hold, and that stock split bump that it got can hold as well, which is based off of nothing, but if it holds, then you could possibly see a breakout in the coming days of that descending triangle pattern. I would get long on it at around 1521 at this point and put a stop loss just below that 1366 level with the hopes that it can get to the 1800 level and maybe even beyond. Now that trade is done and over with. You should have been taking some profits along the way, raising the stop loss. You're out of the trade at this point. Now you're looking for a re-entry. If you're still in it, you need to know where the support levels are underneath so you don't make a panic decision about selling or holding. There's 3 trend lines that I want to dissect here on the daily chart. The first one is off the lows of August. This trend line is done and over with. It broke on Wednesday, so we can just go ahead and throw this one out as a crash. But the second one is much more important because this one comes from the late June breakout. And here, you may be able to find some support at around 322 to 330. If Tesla will pull back to that level, it would make a great buying opportunity. At least it would be a lot better opportunity than buying at plus $500 a share. Now, the selling wasn't just limited to Tesla and it wasn't just limited to Apple. It was across the entire stock market. So what does that mean for us going forward? It means that if this is more than just a one-day flash in the pan like what we saw back in June where the S&P 500 dropped 188 points in one day, if it's more than just that, we have a much bigger pullback on our hands. You've already seen where Tesla can pull back almost 20% in just 3 trading days. So if this selling is going to continue, let's say it continues into the election because there's a lot of uncertainty there, then you may actually get that pullback to this rising trend line off of the March lows. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that. You're going to put stuff in the comments saying that I'm an idiot, that I'm a moron, hey, you're a clown. I don't care. Look, this is one thing that I want to tell you. More than anything else, when somebody's trying to give you an opinion, you don't always want it to line up with exactly the way you're thinking. Instead, the mark of a true trader is being able to listen to other people's opinions about a stock or about a chart and not just completely losing your mind because somebody disagrees with you. What I'm here to do, not to tell you whether or not this thing is going up tomorrow or the next day or the following week. I'm here to tell you where is the risk at? Where's the opportunities to get long on the stock? And then you've got to take it and tailor it to your own trading strategy. Hey, and by the way, before I forget, cool new feature that's been launched on my YouTube channel. It's called YouTube channel memberships. You have 4 different levels and you get everything from extra S&P 500 analysis, Russell, NASDAQ analysis, an extra 2 times a week. Plus you also get updates on all of the FANG stocks, plus Microsoft, plus Tesla. And you're going to get 2 updates each week on my personal watch list, as well as some of the most interesting charts that I find each and every day. So make sure to click down below on the join button and see which package works for you. All right, now that I'm done with that shameless plug, let's get back to the charts here. Also, one thing that we haven't really seen lately is a test of the 50-day moving average. Instead, it's always just hovered right above it. Even on the pullbacks, it'll come right back down, get kind of close to the 50-day moving average, but not quite test it. Now, we could see that happen again here. I don't have a lot of confidence in the 20-day moving average. I don't think that's a significant source of support. Instead, I want to see what happens if it does pull back to that 50-day moving average and whether or not it can hold it together. Because if it cannot, the lows off of March will be what's the next test. And now that's assuming that the 2 previous support levels that I talked about, the one that started back in late June and the 50-day moving average does not hold. And in that case, you would have a pullback somewhere between 270 and 290. Look, don't lose your marbles, okay? This is just reality. This is just trading. As a trader, I'm looking for all the different scenarios. Don't get worked up about your feelings for the stock. Now, you may be thinking, oh, this thing can't drop more than 20% over a 3-day period. That's wrong because guess what? It's not even close to being oversold yet. It still has a stochastics reading of 57. So it has a long ways to go if it's going to get oversold. Now, how about the weekly chart? It's already wiped out last week's gains and the gains from Monday. And as you can see, this thing is straight parabolic. So we could see a much more extensive pullback down into the 300 area. And the good thing is at least in the 300 area, there is some support there on the weekly chart. So if it does pull back, that could be another source there. If you're looking to trade long-term, maybe the weekly chart should be your guide. And on the monthly chart, I'm going to be honest, I don't really see any support below. So I'm not even going to comment too much about it because nearest support on the monthly chart is maybe the 5-month moving average. I don't know. I can't find it. I would be trying to put a too optimistic, rosy picture on the monthly chart. These kinds of charts here, they can get very dangerous. So know that that monthly chart could be signaling for a much bigger pullback, but if not, you're going to want to use the trend lines and the levels of support that I've mentioned on the Tesla daily chart to determine your entry on the price and stop losses as well. Here's the thing. I don't really stand to benefit from the stock going up or down. I don't have any stake in this trade, okay? So I'm not a hater. I'm not short on it, hoping that it's going to go down, and I'm not long, hoping it'll go back up. If the right opportunity affords itself, I'll get long on it again. I'm not going to short it because I think that's crazy. There's a lot of risk to shorting a stock like Tesla right now. Too much volatility. I'll pass and I'll move on to something else. But if some of these trend lines can play out, you'll probably find me jumping back in as well. So in the end, don't let your emotions be your guide. Don't let what you inherently feel in your heart be your guide, but what you think about the company. Look at the charts. Look what they're telling you, okay? We have seen one of the biggest monster rallies anybody's lifetime. This is a historic market rally that we've been on. It's okay for the market to pull back here. And it doesn't mean that Tesla's a bad company. It doesn't mean it's a bad stock if it pulls back even further. Instead, it's an opportunity and you got to treat it as such. But don't be blinded by your feelings for the company and your emotions for Elon Musk. Just follow the chart. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below. Also, you'd do me a huge favor if you'd subscribe to the channel as well. You'll get notifications about any time I post a new chart. I got another stock market update coming out this weekend. Maybe it'll be a crash update. We'll see what the market gives us here in the days that follow. But go ahead, make sure to like and subscribe, and tell me in the comments below, what is your approach right now to Tesla? Did you buy too high and you're getting nervous right now because you don't know what to do with your position that's underwater? Or did you get in early enough to where, man, this is just like a blip in the matrix, no big deal? Tell me in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you and God bless.